Alright, hello. This is a video about a cassette deck, the Teac V550X model. An 80s deck, 1986 and 1988 years of production. A nice deck from the mid-80s, you know, plastic front plate, but it has everything you need from a two-head deck. So, it is with cobalt amorphous heads, which is very nice. Those heads usually were installed in higher-end models. It plays normal chrome and metal tapes. It has also bias fine adjustment here. It's a slider, negative or plus. It has sliders instead of a knob for the record balance. It has two sliders, left and right, for recording. It has Dolby B, Dolby C, and also it features DBX, which is very nice. DBX is my favorite noise reduction system. It is very nice. Almost zero tape hiss. So, it also has input for phones, for phone jack, the big jack, with level for the phones, for your headphones. It has also left and right two microphone inputs, which if someone wants to record something with a microphone, you can record it either on one channel or two channels, left and right. It has some extra features as for intro check, you know, search for the next track, and you can make program playback. For example, you can choose to start a tape and play, let's say, the third track, then play the first track, then play the fifth song. I never use it, but it is there. Okay. It has a nice fluorescent display, small but nice. It has MPX filter with a button. You see also Dolby B, Dolby C, and also DBX. So, I have seen many videos, there are not many videos in the YouTube with this deck, but they show only the deck playing. So this is more as an information video. If someone finds this deck and wants to see a video about it. So I have it opened just to show you in case a potential problem with this deck. This deck uses a very basic transport. It's a nice transport, but very basic. It has one belt for the capstan, and just that. It uses only one belt. The fast forward and rewind is with extra motor. That's why two motor transport. But for raising the heads up when you push play or pause play, you know, record, it has a gear with a solenoid, driven by a solenoid. And when you push play, you see something happens like it didn't engage. Now it is engaged. Now it is engaged. Sometimes the solenoid works, but the gear don't make a fully revolution, and so it's stuck in just play the reel, runs fast, but the heads are not up. Let me show you. This is the transport. This is a fairly basic transport. This is the capstan, a small capstan, very cheaply made with a plastic and a metal part. And it has an orange gear. It has an orange gear, I don't know if you can see it, driven by a solenoid. Here is a solenoid. Here is a plastic part that is attached from the solenoid to the plastic gear. Sometimes this plastic gear does not engage. Well, the problem to that is to lubricate every moving part around that gear. Also lubricate the plate that the heads are go up or down, and work it. What I mean by work it? Pause, play, pause, play, pause, release, pause. Do that so the heads are go up, down, up, down, up, down. Sometimes it has a problem. Sometimes the heads are not go up, don't go up. But generally it works. It is very nice sounding deck. It has everything you need inside, neat and tidy. It has trimmers even for the playback EQ. It has playback levels and playback EQ. If you mess around with EQ, you can make your playback sound more crisp or more muffled. I try to calibrate this with test tapes and with the service manual as close as possible to the factory specs. And the deck plays very well. It records very well. You have the bias fine adjustment that you can make recordings in different types of tapes. Let's say the TDK-D from the 80s, you can record it here in 0 and sounds just fine. But most Maxell UR cassettes, you need the bias a little bit to the negative side. You know, some cobalt, ferro cobalt tapes or chrome tapes, you know, you need to the plus side. So it gives you this ability. Excellent playback. I have serviced all my decks with the same calibration tape. So the recordings I made in this deck, when I take a tape and play it in this deck, it plays fantastic. It plays very well. So a little bit. I can play more because, you know, YouTube has copyrights for music. So underneath I will make another video. It is his big brother, the V770. It is a 3-head deck. This is a 2-head deck, a simple 2-head deck. It's the V550X. The X stands for DBX. Many decks from Teac from that era, if you see the X in the model number, it has DBX. Similar to this one, in that line was the V450X, 455, you know, 500X. Similar decks, similar construction, you know, the cosmetics change. Nice deck, tidy, nice transformer. You know, every trimmer you want is here. The cables are all detachable, no soldered cables. Very serviceable, very service friendly. Very service friendly. I like the decks from Teac from that era. I like Teac in general. It's very simple to service. I like decks that are very simple to service. I don't like the 70s decks. They are beautiful. They are built mostly of metal, but it's a nightmare to service. So I prefer from the mid 80s up to early 90s cassette decks, which are easier to service. That's me, okay? because I find the decks that don't work, and I try to repair them just for fun and because I like the hobby, I like the cassette decks and everything about cassettes and cassette decks. So, the Teac V550X, a nice two-head deck. I recommend this deck. It has only good things to offer, except from the transport mechanism that may give you some troubles if you don't lubricate it well enough. It gives even now. Oh, did you see it? Toc 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 toc. Now it plays. Sometimes it makes something the gear does not engage. No tooths in the gear are broken. Just problem of lubrication. So, this is another video presenting the Teac V550X stereo cassette deck, which has also DBX noise reduction system. In the next video, I will tell some few things about the bigger brother, the V770, which is a 3-head. It's similar but different. Okay, that's it. If you want to ask something, I'll gladly respond in the comments. That's why this amateur channel is. If someone has a deck like this and doesn't know, he wants to know something about service the deck or something else, you can ask in the comments, and if I know, I'll gladly will help you. I respond to all the comments. This channel don't have many followers. You are a few. Thank you very much. So because you are few, there is easier to respond to all of you. Okay. So if you have questions, anything about this model or any model I present here, because I have serviced them, I'll gladly help you. Okay. A nice two-head deck from Teac. Few words from me about this deck. See you on the next video. Hope you're doing well.